approach. We got some very strange things happening. I know you guys obviously heard about what has been going on with the assassin and whatnot with UnitedHealthcare. So we're gonna dive into that. We're gonna dive into a little bit of I don't want to say conspiracy because it's too many things are lining up to be a conspiracy. I always say the difference between a conspiracy and the truth is about really now 3 to 6 months. So we're gonna deep how this strangely connects to McDonald's. So let's get into that right now. If you're on X, if you're on YouTube, smash the like button on YouTube, share the live, you guys, helps the algorithm. Let's get it out there right now. And I'm gonna see you guys in the chat too. What up? What up? We're doing a late one. We're doing a late one. It's a little past 10 o'clock right now. So but I appreciate you guys, as always. I think Big Homie might be stopping by. I'll see. I texted him. If you guys been seeing our lives, been going crazy. Got some other big news going on. But what up, Tammy? I see you. What's going on? Golden Aries, I see you. Appreciate you guys. Share the live, share the live. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. So here you go. So right here. So this guy, first of all, his name is Luigi. Right? Off rip, a lot of people were like, okay, this sounds like something already. The first thing I thought of was obviously Mario, Luigi, whatnot. And as you dig deeper into his name, doesn't his name look like Luigi's Mansion? And I'll go over that too, but his name almost kind of spells it out, which is strange. Thank you for sharing live. Appreciate you, Tammy. LJ, I see you. What up? Make sure you guys say what's up to me in the chat if you're on YouTube or X, whichever. So let's go over some of the facts about this guy, because everybody has been really trying to figure this out. So this kid, 26-year-old Luigi Magno, I don't know how to say his last name. Excuse me if I fucked that up, but he's an Ivy League grad with degree in computer science, avid reader, active contributor to GitHub. Now, I'd looked LinkedIn. All this is verified. All this stuff is verified, you guys. So then you have his IQ being 130. But then he gets caught in the dumbest way. This does not make sense to me, you guys. This does not make sense. Off the rip, he's a very brilliant guy. We'll go over his LinkedIn. He can't be that stupid, right? Something's off. So let's keep going though. Somebody said Manioni. There you go. Thank you. That's why I love doing these lives, because you guys are interactive. You show me exactly, if I get something wrong. Magioni. Okay. Somebody said in the comments, this seems arranged. Yeah. This seems arranged for sure. But anyways, IQ 130. Takes his mask off at a Starbucks to flirt with an employee. Then an hour later goes and calmly kills the CEO. And then rides off with a bike. A week later, goes to a local McDonald's where he brings the murder weapon, the fake ID he used, and I'm gonna show you some crazy shit I found with his ID. I even told Donut this right away. If you guys know Donut, shout out to Donut Factory. He's big on the 128 code, and I'm gonna show you what I told him So, anyways, brings his fake ID to that he checked in with a hotel. He brings that with him as well. A handwritten manifesto on how horrible the American healthcare system is. And he gets identified by the cashier as he sits down. And he works on his laptop until police come inside in McDonald's, sitting there with a ghost gun and a suppressor he made himself. So this is a 3D printed gun. Good call, big homie. Big homie said that a couple of streams ago. He said that was a 3D printed gun. Now, if you notice, McDonald's has been coming up a lot. And this is why I think it's a psyop. And we'll go over his fake ID and everything else. But I want to show you what has been going on with McDonald's. This is the strangest thing, right? So take a look at this. So if you can see here, McDonald's has been coming up a lot lately, you guys. McDonald's has been coming up a lot in the past. I want to say, what has it been? 3 months, 4 months? Like every month, there's a few things been going on. Somebody said in the comments, while I'm being schooled on the details, I'm operating on UK time. Got you. Yeah. Yeah, it's like he was waiting for him, right? So here you go. So for one, you got Donald Trump, who works at McDonald's, So remember where he told Kamala, hey, you don't work at McDonald's. So I'm going to actually work at McDonald's in one-upper, and he's trolling. Then we have the E. coli breakout that happens shortly after, like a few days later, which I thought was interesting. And that was due to the contaminated onions on the quarter pounder. So that happens. Then you have Elon Musk, Donald Trump, RFK, Trump Jr., like all these guys eating McDonald's, which is like another troll picture, right? E. coli. Then you have the assassin holding up a McDonald's Lion King snack or snack meal, or whatever that's called. Happy Meal. Sorry, I haven't ate McDonald's in so long. I forgot what it's even fucking called. But yeah, he's holding a Happy Meal. Then he gets caught at a McDonald's. You guys, what type of psyop is McDonald's running right now? How many times can something happen before it's not a coincidence? So I don't know what this means, but I just found that very interesting. That's why I tweeted it. Somebody said they call it propaganda operation. Probably. It's just very, very strange, right? So you have all these instances happening. And then even before that, you have Kamala Harris talking about McDonald's. She used to work there. She never did. Then there was a fake photo of her in the McDonald's suit, and turns out to be somebody else. So this is all like this would that's why I think this is a psyop this whole time, because there's no way this smart of a kid will get caught. He had to be under some type of MK Ultra type of thing. You guys remember that movie, Winter Soldier? They always show you in the movies. So if you guys didn't know, I always tell you guys in the stream, the DOD film department, the Department of Defense, has a film department. This is how they show you, right? So check this out. The Department of Defense has an entertainment media office that collaborates with filmmakers to ensure accurate military representation in films while protecting sensitive information. They provide support for both scripted and unscripted productions, requiring filmmakers to submit their scripts for review. They have an entertainment media office with a budget. What up? I see everybody in the chat. What's going on? Sun One, LJ, Mrs. Jackson, Cynthia White. I see all you guys. Appreciate you guys. So yes, the DoD has a film department. And really, I'm about to really blow your guys' mind. Okay, so you remember that whole thing with the Rothschild dying in that fire not too long ago in his Hollywood Hills home? That happened at Lookout Mountain in Laurel Canyon, right? Lookout Mountain, Laurel Canyon has a film studio. Okay. Lookout Mountain Air Force Station. So this is where the Rothschild guy, they said he changed his name to Rothschild. I don't believe that. That's a cover up. Something more is going on. Now, why would this person, and you know what's strange about that? I'm gonna play you guys a video. This person who changed his name from Kaufman to Rothschild, first of all, who changes their name to a Rothschild? What would they said he did that back in the 80s. What is the purpose of that? There's no reason you would change your name to Rothschild. That doesn't make sense to me. Because even if you're trying to like scam and get money out of stuff, that's easily verifiable. There's no way. So that fire happened in Lookout Mountain in the Laurel Canyon area in the Hollywood Hills. Now, the Air Force Station was formerly used. Now it's decommissioned, and we'll get into who actually owns it. But this is what it was used for. It was used for propaganda, to make propaganda films during wartime. Okay, do you guys want to know who actually owns it? None other than Jared Leto. He actually owns it and lives there. Very, very strange. Yep, weird scenes in Laurel Canyon. Yep. Let me pull it up real quick. That doesn't want to pull up the picture. Okay, it's not pulling up. But so yeah, that's where it happened. Coincidence? Come on. Nothing's by coincidence, you guys. So the guy's name was Will Rothschild. So they're saying that this guy, he was actually somebody else. Even though they've already had eyewitness and saying like, oh, he was Rothschild and this and that. But then he wasn't. It's just all of a sudden. Then they came up with this whole story that this guy had a long lost brother. He said he hadn't heard from him in like 20 plus years. And then the brother was like, yeah, he actually changed his name because my name is Coffin. And like, it's like, who is this guy? So all of a sudden they just tracked, and they did a follow-up story, which is even weirder. They were saying they did a follow-up story. Look, right here. In 1985, William Kaufman changed his name to William D. Rothschild. Why did they even need to follow up and be like, oh, hey, let's make sure he's a Rothschild? Who even thought of that? Wouldn't you just think, hey, it's a Rothschild and he died? Okay, cool. But I've always thought that was strange. A person can't change your name to Rothschild nor outsider allowed. Yeah, exactly. I don't see how you would just change your name. to a Rothschild. Like if I wanted to be a Rothschild tomorrow, I'm pretty sure there's some red tape. Like there's no, like if anybody just out there just wanted to change their name, that is a very prominent family in the banking system. They're just not letting anybody just change their name to that. I'm sorry. Somebody said Kaufman is an old CIA name. Ooh. So this can be some type of psyop as well. Maybe this guy's not even dead. And then his brother said his statement. I thought he passed away 40 years ago. So he said 30 years. He said, I thought he passed away 40 years ago. Wait a minute. Hold up. So 40 years ago would be 1984-ish, 85-ish. Right here, it says he changed his name in 85. So he dies, quote unquote, then changes his name. What's the point of that? He said, I thought he died, passed away 40 years ago. Last contact I had with him was a phone call. It was kind of odd. It seemed like he had something to tell me. Kaufman said he didn't. And when I never heard from him again, I kind of presumed that he maybe had an illness and didn't want to talk about it and just quietly passed away. And this is your brother you're talking to? You're not going to go check on him. You're not going to find out what is going on. Like you're just, oh, maybe he's dead and he's my brother, but okay. Really? That's strange. That's strange. That doesn't make sense. D. Rothschild had been quietly living in Laurel Canyon, somehow living like a billionaire, with multiple properties and dozens of luxury vehicles, and an elevator in his garage. Where does that elevator go? And then the brother said, I don't know how he made his money. That's crazy. Psyops on psyops, you guys. Psyops on psyops. So let's go over more with this assassin. So check this out. Illuminati card game does not miss. So if you guys remember my Illuminati card game breakdown with Donut, I did a few videos. I have a few videos on those breakdowns. The Illuminati card game, if you ever looked into it, it does not miss. It predicted the last 30 years. And I can go over all the cards and whatnot. I'm going to show you a few more cards. But it predicted this as well. So check this out. Interesting times, this card says. Says things are getting weird. Things are getting so weird that not even the secret masters are sure what's going on. Unfortunately, this makes them grumpy and they tend to argue a lot, slam doors, and destroy small nations. That is crazy. And it looks just like them. Look at that. That's insane. Like this whole thing is so confusing and people just don't know if it's like some elites or if it's like Rage Against the Machine or something in between. That card specifically just laid out what is happening. I'm telling you, this card game does not miss. It doesn't miss. I'm going to show you some other cards that is going to blow your mind. But I'll read that again for everybody who just came in. It says things are getting so weird, not even the secret masters are sure what's going on. Crazy. It looks just like them. It looks just like them. Wild times. Somebody said time machine research place. I just watched it. Yeah. I'm reading all your comments, you guys. I've heard a cabin in Laurel Canyon that takes you deep into the earth. It was a Lockheed Martin place. Damn. It was a hoarder cabin. I think it was just a cover. Yeah, they said that mansion that the Rothschild guy was in, it was just like he was like a hoarder and he had a bunch of stuff in there. So it was, yeah, it was very strange. Super strange. So I'm gonna show you some more Illuminati card game. Um, it's insane how much this game predicted, you guys. Check this out. This shit is wild. Like it's uncanny how on point this card game is. Let's see. I think I can pull up this one right here. Let's see, not that one. Yeah, let's see. I really want to get this card game, you guys. I really want to get it, but let's go down a few of them. So, predicted the assassin. Got you. Okay. So, look at this. Check this one out. See that? Somebody said I got chill bumps. Yeah, it's crazy, you guys. So look at this. What does that look like? Those two towers. Those two towers. 9/11. Pentagon. 9/11. I think this one right here, rewriting history, could be one of two things, to where we get a lot of Mandela effects and they're trying to rewrite history and trying to tell us what we remember, what we don't. So I think they mess with history with that. The CDC, Center for Disease Control. That's a number of things. Like we had so many outbreaks and whatnot, COVID, and then you have the epidemic, which is really the pandemic right there. Even has the little mask. Look at that. Has the mask, all that quarantine. Predicted that. So many things. I'm gonna pull up some more. Oh, check this one out. Here you go. Oh, I gotta show you another one, you guys. I'm gonna show you another one that's really gonna blow your mind. But here's another one right here. Who does that look like? Donald Trump. And he literally said, enough is enough. And this streak right here goes straight through his ear. And what happened? July 13th. Assassination attempt that grazed his ear. And look, charismatic leader. Who does that look like? Look at this. Yellow hair in front of everybody that says a charismatic leader. Who do you think that is? We're living in a simulation, you guys. That's my thoughts. All this is like predestined. You can't make it up. How accurate is all this? How is that even possible? Like nobody can like explain this, right? Here's another one that's really gonna fuck with your mind. Check this out. So there's one that is so accurate, it's scary. Like it's gonna give you chills, you guys. Check this out. Look at this. This is gonna creep you guys out. This card game doesn't miss, you guys. Look at this. There's a Vegas one, right? Okay. Can you think of any? Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. What happened in Vegas? I want to say, when was that? Let's say 6+ years ago. Any guesses in the comments? Any guesses in the comments? Can you think of what happened in Vegas? Who wants to take a wild guess? Who wants to take a wild guess in the comments? I want to see if somebody can guess this one. Can anybody guess this one? Think about it. Just think about it. All right, I'm about to tell you. You guessed it. It is. Oh, let me pull it up closer for you guys. The Las Vegas shooting. So if you notice right here, who was performing that day when the shooting was happening? Jason Aldean. Now, what do these cards say? J.A. Las Vegas. And guess what? Look at his tattoo. He has the same tattoo on this card that says J.A. J.A. and he was the one performing in Las Vegas during the shooting. How? How? How can that card game predict that to a T? This game came out in the 90s. This game came out in the 90s. So you mean to tell me this person was performing when the shooting happened in Vegas and the cards say JA and he has the same tattoo? There's no way, you guys. There's no way. This game doesn't miss. The Illuminati card game does not miss. I told you. Told you, you guys. The card game does not miss. That's why I do so many videos on the Illuminati card game, because it's uncanny how many predictions they get right. Like, come on. Come on. How? It looks just like them. And then the card reads specifically what happens. Things are getting so weird that the secret masters don't even know what's going on. Come on. Like, they're up there with the Simpsons. They're literally up there with the Simpsons. So I'm gonna show you guys. He had a secret ID. Let me see. Fake ID. Now here's some other weird shit. So you see his ID, right? So this is his fake ID that basically he, used to move around. Now this ID he used to check into a hotel. He had it on him when he got arrested. Okay. Now, pay attention to the address. At first glance, it's just an address, right? So Mark Rosario, that's his fake name, 128 Sherman Place, Maplewood, New Jersey. Okay. Somebody said in the comments a lot about symbolism. Yep. Symbolism, always. So here's what I found. The 128 is a code. Now, what code could that be? Now, the 128 code has to do with a lot of different things, but we'll start with somebody you guys may know that is very famous. Okay. One guy that you may know, his name is Matthew Perry. So he died on October 28th. October is 10, right? But you take out the 0, that is 128. Now, let's take it a step further. In the movie, Leave the World Behind. Leave the World Behind. In the movie, you remember the little girl she was obsessed with Friends. He was in Friends. In Friends, Julia Roberts was dating Matthew Perry. What is Julia Roberts' birthday? Oh, October 28th. The same day that Matthew Perry dies? 128. There it is again. Now, the movie that connects all this, when did it come out? Or, sorry, not when did it come out? Actually, yeah. I want to say it came out, let's see. Release date. The running time is 2 hours and 18 minutes. 128. Or you can jumble it 218, but it's 128. The movie itself is 2 hours and 18 minutes. 128. It's a 128 code. Let's keep it going. The Francis Scott Key Bridge. You guys remember that, right? Remember the bridge fell? So let's go down to the collapse. What time did it collapse? The Francis Scott Key Bridge. Oh, 128. It collapsed at 128 in the morning. Now, how does this all connect? It's all using the code, right? But here's the thing. If you remember, this bridge got hit by a cargo ship, right? Now, this cargo ship was from Singapore. Okay? Remember that. Singapore. Leave the World Behind cargo ship. Remember the cargo ship in the movie? And it says White Lion. Now, the cargo ship was from Singapore in real life. In the movie, the cargo ship crashes in and it says White Lion. What is the mascot of Singapore? Because in real life, the ship was from Singapore. That says White Lion. The mascot of Singapore is a white lion. Coincidence? They literally have a statue in Singapore that is their mascot. Symbolism will be their downfall. So with the 128 code, it always strikes during tragedy. That code comes up every time. It's very strange. So pay attention to where they use these codes and numbers and everything else. It's very strange on how all this connects. I'm reading all your comments, you guys. Just like Leave the World Behind. Yeah. Matthew Perry was sus. Yeah, it's crazy, you guys. It's wild times. It is wild times. What does the code really represent? I think it's just a code that they use and just comes up during tragedies and weird instances. It's very strange. So I think it's just a code when it comes to like communication, symbols, numbers. You know, it's always connected that way. And it says this is him right here, just chilling. Like he looks like he's under a spell. This is a psyop, you guys. I don't care what but this doesn't make any sense. It's a psyop. There's no way. There's no way. He's just sitting there, just waiting for what? What are you waiting for? If you had a fake ID, right? You just can't do Uber Eats or anything. Like you just order it somewhere. That way you're always moving around. Wouldn't that be smarter? Versus sitting in an establishment with the weapon and a fake ID waiting for them to come get you. In a McDonald's. It makes no sense. Doesn't make any sense, you guys. Doesn't make any sense. And you're an Ivy League guy with a 130 IQ. And his name, too, looks very similar. And somebody pointed this out on X, and I was just like, that's interesting. But you guys remember the game, Luigi's Mansion. So doesn't his name look like that too? It's like very similar. Luigi's Mansion. And his name is Luigi Manioni or something like that. Psyop. Psyop. MK Ultra. 100%. I don't see how this is not MK Ultra. This is a Winter Soldier type of situation. And then there was supposed to be what's her name tied to it as well. Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi and her brother Thomas are connected to Luigi Manioni, the murder suspect in the death of the UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson, through his grandfather, Nicholas Manioni. In 1989, Washington Post article, D'Alejandro, D'Alejandro, the former mayor of Baltimore. That's weird because the Baltimore Bridge with the 128 I just showed you. The former mayor of Baltimore defended Nicholas Maglioni's reputation, calling him big-hearted despite investigations into human rights violations and regulatory shortcuts tied to his business practices. This becomes even more interesting because Nancy Pelosi made a suspicious trade the same day UnitedHealthcare had a cyber attack. And I said that in my other video too. She put a bunch of call options in on Palo Alto Networks. That was a cybersecurity company that later investigated UnitedHealthcare over the data breach. She knew that they were going to be hired into that. So their stock went up. She's worth almost 300 million, you guys. She knows everything. And a company that she traded in was chosen to investigate the breach. Interesting. That's very interesting. That's crazy. And that's weird that the former mayor of Baltimore, who I showed you the 128 code, going into the bridge, and then the former mayor is tied to this as well, 128. Wild. Wild times. Somebody said George Zimmerman was also MK Ultra. I think so too. Let me tell you why. With George Zimmerman, all these big stage type of things, you guys, if you watch my last video or past couple videos, I showed you what dates that Trayvon Martin died and a Rothschild died. So let's go into it real quick. Quick rabbit hole. So Trayvon Martin, quick rabbit hole, you guys. He dies on what date? February 26th. Now, remember, we were just talking about Rothschilds? Jacob Rothschild dies the same day. Now, what does that mean? Did you know that his dad, right here, this guy, is a Grandmaster Mason? Tracy Martin. Tracy Martin, right here. The images are going to come up. There he is. Right there. He's a Grandmaster Mason, so that was a ritual. That's what I think. That's what I think. That's my opinion. But there you go. Proof is in the pudding. Is that coincidence? I really don't believe in coincidence, you guys. Your son dies the same day as Jacob Rothschild? Come on. Somebody said, I'm here in Silicon Valley, Palo Alto Networks, down the street from Stanford CIA University. Damn. Wow. Somebody said, I truly believe the assassination was a big distraction for something else going on. Oh, yeah, I can show you, because here's the thing, you guys. Here's the thing. You guys do know that two things can be true at the same time. You guys want to know what else is going on at the same time that nobody else is really paying attention to? So while all this is going on, when everybody's distracted and it's still serving a purpose, you know what else is going on? Here you go. Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple. This just in. We have final approval from the New York, I believe it's the New York, what does it stand for? Yes, the financial institution, Department of Financial Institution for RLUSD. RLUSD is the stable coin that Ripple will be using. It's like a new dollar. Exchange and partner listings will be live soon. Reminder, when RLUSD is live, you'll hear it from Ripple first. This is what they're distracting us from. So as all this madness is going on, changing of the guard is happening, two things can be true at once. So that's what's going on, you guys. This is huge. This is probably, it should be the biggest news. Our financial system is changing. And here's the thing. People either love crypto or hate it, right? Here's the thing about cryptocurrency, you guys. It's already here. It's in the banking system. I've talked to people who work in the banks themselves, in the back office. They're implementing this whether we like it or not. Now, when you self-custody these tokens, you are control of your own money. That may or may not last only because once you have it, you have it. But if they implement their own type of CBDC and everything else, and that's the only way to interact, this is why it's so important to have these assets, because they can close the gate and be like, okay, just use our CBDC now. Buy what BlackRock is invested in. Yes, BlackRock is. You guys, let me show you something. BlackRock, Texas Stock Exchange. I always pull this up. This is probably the most important thing, you guys, because everything is going to be tokenized. Texas is coming for Wall Street with a new BlackRock-backed stock exchange. This is a tokenized version of the stock exchange. Everything will be represented on the blockchain. Now, check this out. Here you go. USDC liquidity fund. They have it on their own site. They're telling you. It's literally all here. They're teamed up with Securitize and everything else. They have a fund with the USDC stablecoin. It's all here. We can ask AI. USDC. Just type that in. This was back in April. Circle announces USDC smart contract transfers by BlackRock. They already put 100 million into this, you guys. Tokenizing assets. Everything will be represented on the blockchain, whether you like it or not. It's coming. It is here, you guys. This is why we have things like Jet Set that will be putting real estate on the blockchain. You guys better get with it. If you are not familiar with this stuff, get familiar with it. Jet Set Lux and Jet Set Token. This is what's happening right now. This will be real estate on the blockchain. Just letting you know. Okay. But yeah, so you guys pay attention to all this stuff. And this is another psyop, or not a psyop, but another distraction. But I said two things can be true at once with Jay-Z and everything else. Jay-Z has an illegitimate son, looks just like him, talks about all this craziness. Here's something else I want to show you guys. This is about, he's a former NFL guy talking about a party he went to with Diddy and Jay-Z and all this other stuff.
When Jay was going after B was a very young woman. Now, I did a Rockaware photo shoot in Colorado, and I think it was during the wintertime of 06 or 07. And Naomi Campbell was there, actress Jamie King was there, Jay was there, B was there, and he rented this house. And we were supposed to do this rap party for this photo shoot. We rented this house, and we were watching LeBron play. And after the game, it had to been like 10 or 11 o'clock. So we getting ready to party. Mind you, it's all adults. There was a 13-year-old or a 14-year-old teenage Latin girl that was there, and I think she had to leave because she had school and she had to do homework, but she brought her mother with her. So it was no funny business going on, which I could respect that. So when 11 o'clock hit, we turned on the music, we started drinking, and then out of nowhere came these young children. I don't know where they came from. For a rap party at 11 o'clock at night, drinking, loud music, and us dancing wild. Like, I don't know where these kids came from. And then I happened to sit down because I was dancing with one of the assistants. And I sat next to this child, and the child sat next to Beyonce. So I hear B say something about, doesn't this look sexy? Or isn't this sexy? And in my mind, and mind you, I'm not awakened as I'm awakened now. So in my mind, I'm like, what did she just say? And then I didn't pay no attention to it. And then, you know, obviously the liquor took hold of me and I had to leave. So I said bye to everybody and left. But those kids remained. I don't know if those kids were from the photo shoot themselves, but the fact that these kids came around adults during drinking hours or partying hours was already alarming to me. So when I hear something like this happens, I can't really discount it and say, oh, he could never do this, because I'm hearing stories, I'm seeing it with my own eyes, and I've been in situations where something don't sound or look right, and it's usually involving children.
Man. It's getting spooky, you guys. It's getting real weird. It's getting real weird. Some weird shit going on. Oh, man. Somebody said there's a video of it. I've watched it. Can you send me that video? Link me that video. Tag me on X. My X account is Mav Approach, MAVE, Mav Approach. Tag me or send it to me on Instagram, Maverick Approach. Send me that. If there's a video of that, I got to see that shit. I got to see that. That's crazy. Yeah, it's getting spooky out here, you guys. Here's another. I don't know if you guys remember this. This is like years ago, but this is Jay-Z with, I think her name is Maria Abramovich. Abramovic. Sorry. Marina Abramovic. The spirit cooker. I've heard about her. That's a ritual. I don't care what anybody says. That's a ritual, you guys. That's just weird. I don't even know what the fuck that is. I always thought that was weird. Even seeing it back in the day, you guys, like it was just strange. Never made sense to me. Never made sense. And this is crazy. I found this too. What does Diddy have in his hand right there? What is that white substance right there? Looks like a pill. You guys see that? What is that? Got caught. Red-handed. Literally. Strange times. It's getting real weird out here. So,
When Jay was going,
and then, obviously, Jay-Z, The Rock. I mean, obviously, his symbol is, he throws up the rock. Like, did they even, like, that's weird. You can't even find him throwing up the rock anymore. That's weird. That's very weird. Can we do like pyramid or something? I mean, there you go. Obviously. Now, the claims that they're making on Jay-Z, we have to take everything with a grain of salt. I don't know if this is his style with a 13-year-old girl, and they chose that number, which is very interesting. But he was tied to Diddy. They did a lot of business. I mean, I think that there's dirt on all these Hollywood, guys. I just don't know what to extent. But there's a third party that these people, that Diddy and Jay-Z, where they said they did the whole assaulting. This person said there's a third party celebrity that is unnamed. I wonder who it is. I don't know. Very strange. Sean Atwood and Big Homie were talking about this a day ago. Shout out to Big Homie. I texted him. He might be busy. I was trying to see if he was trying to jump in. Me and Big Homie, we got a show coming. You guys. It's going to be epic. We got a show coming. Me and Big Homie, Maverick Approach, Big Homie, we linking up. We locking in. We're doing a whole show. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. Somebody said Bill Cosby. Yeah. The most human trafficking goes on in the pea industry. Yeah, it gets spooky. It gets spooky. It gets crazy. But yeah, you guys, that'll do it for this live. But stay tuned for myself, Big Homie. We got our show coming, and it's gonna be epic. We got some big things lined up. So until next time, you guys, I'll go live tomorrow, same time. I'll probably go a little bit earlier, actually. It's a little late, but we're gonna go more down this Jay-Z rabbit hole tomorrow because I found a ton of stuff. So, but I just wanted to go over that psyop that's been happening with this whole thing and how it just connects to McDonald's and all this weird shit. So until next time, you guys.